The Island of the Dead Dolls by Colin Gray. Not too long ago, a group of teens were going on a vacation. They wanted to visit different parts of Mexico. They found an island called the Island of the Dead Dolls. It creeped the hell out of them. It was the only place in Mexico where it's actually scary because there's dolls everywhere you go. The dolls are either broken, dirty, have missing eyes, blood on them, and will sometimes pop out of nowhere. The dolls have black goo all over them. It's on their eyes, nose, and mouth. The black goo is thought to come from a tall white man that has no face, only a mouth. The black goo smells terrible and just straight up nasty. Like my grandpa just took a poop after both the world wars mixed with rotten flesh. Even though the island was creepy, with all the dead dolls, the friends decided to stay because none of them had ever stayed in a mansion before, and they wanted to experience all of the perks of staying in a mansion, such as a fully stocked large kitchen, a hot tub, a sauna with 8 bedrooms, state of the art theater, and 2 swimming pools. The mansion was also located on the beach, which was private only to those staying in the mansion. First, there was John. John was an old friend. He was kind, a bit shy, but overall a pretty cool dude. Then there's Chris, John's friend. Chris was mainly there because he's bored and he wanted to get away from his modern life. Then there was Ava, Chris's sister. Ava was a bit of a weirdo. She was always annoying. She was diagnosed with bipolar. Remember this in the story. Next, we have Jose. Jose is Ava's boyfriend. He's pretty cocky, kind, funny, and really adventurous. Lastly, we have Wyatt. He's really weird, super creepy, a bit suspicious. He can't really be trusted. News report. The Island of the Dead Dolls. Isla de las Muecos. In, not, in Mexico City, it is a unique and eerie attraction known for its thousands of dolls hanging from trees, buildings, and the island's history is linked to a caretaker, John Julian Santana Barreria, I don't know, who claimed to have found a drowned girl in the canals and started hanging dolls as a way to appease her spirit. Why was a normal dude, but a bit ago he got in a car crash, or at least that's what he said. He had a concussion, but never really recovered to his normal self, I guess. He started to act really strange, like walking around the house late at night. He sometimes watches us while we sleep. Jose, I need to figure out what's going on with Wyatt. I have to help him. Hey yo, Wyatt, you okay, bro? Wyatt. Oh yeah, I'm good. Nothing's wrong. At one point, black goo started oozing from his ears, mouth, eyes, nose, everything. It was creepy enough until his whole body started to shake abnormally. Out of nowhere, he passed out. John, Chris, Jose, and Ava were all there to see it. Almost immediately, Jose checks his pulse to see if there's any chance to save him. He had no pulse, and he died suffering. Later that night, Jose made it home safely. Or did he? Ava was waiting for him in the living room. Where the hell were you? I was worried sick, babe. Jose, with a weird look on his face, like he just got murdered, but still conscious. She didn't think anything of it, so they went to bed. When they woke up in the morning, Jose was gone. And everyone in the house walked out of their rooms and saw broken glass, blood, broken plates, scratches everywhere. It was horrifying. But then everyone saw Jose in the corner, sweating like crazy. He jumped onto Chris and started ripping him apart, limb from limb, breaking bones, scratching, biting, beating, until he had no sign of life and no pulse. They all started staring motionless, scared, and worried. Jose, or what was left of him, turned around and said in a demonic voice, "Come with me. Pick a person, or you all die." They all pointed to John. Jose grabbed him and started walking. They followed him for a while, what seemed like hours, until he stopped. They were confused on what was happening. Jose plunged his hand into John's body, ripping out his heart, livers, lungs, kidneys, and more. Then, out of nowhere, a tall figure in ripped clothes started to approach Jose. Jose got on his knees and said, "Yes." Then the figure with no face jumped forward and started devouring the body parts, including Jose. Ava was devastated and ran and ran and ran and didn't stop for a while until she got home. She called her friend and said, "Send a helicopter. I want to go home now. Those bastards died right in front of me. Luckily, I got out in a hurry." 6 months later. A bit later after the incident, Ava moved on. She got a boyfriend and forgot about it. The life was going to be good until weird things started happening. When she went out, she saw scratches on walls and started seeing the weird goo again. What the hell is going on? I gotta see what's going on and what's gonna happen. A few days later, she was just relaxing at home when her boyfriend told her to come here. "There's something outside that's creeping me out." What? What could be so important? She stood there in shock, her skin pale, her body shaking with anxiety and fear, her eyes dilated, tears running down her face. For what seemed like centuries, there was a white figure standing outside her house. But all of a sudden, it ripped off a piece of its body and threw it on the ground. It started to grow and grow until something horrifying happened. It turned into another one of those figures. Now there was two, but they both started to rip more and more off their bodies. And more and more started appearing until there were hundreds. But what scared her the most was who was standing in front of them. It was Wyatt. Wyatt? What the hell is he doing here? And how is he here? What the hell is going on? Out of nowhere, one started sprinting to the house in Ava's direction. She ran and ran and ran, but she tripped and looked back. Nobody was there until she turned around to run again. But one of those white figures were standing right in front of her. Wyatt appeared right behind her. She tried to scream for help, but unfortunately, it was too late. The end.